Good afternoon. Just going to wait for everyone to log in. And we're off. We're off. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while. Double fight week this week. Sheffield Arena, Dalton Smith going for the British title. And then Michael McKinson over in Texas against Virgil Ortiz, all live and exclusive on DAZN. Derry, what's happening, mate? UK Rob, how we doing? Are we announcing the Benn fight this week? We are hopeful of announcing Conor Benn's next fight this week for sure. We are in the process of finalising it, and I think any moment we will have it signed. Oz Boxing, greetings. Thank you, Colin. Brawl Boxing. How about next week? We'll do a little bit. Thoughts on the Jake Paul fight? There is no fight. What's for dinner? Little bit of Fuel Hub this evening, actually. Ozboxing, Paro v Jarvis date announcement. Good question. Our Australian show will be finalised this week. We are finalising our venue. It will be early October. Big Johnny Fisher, Bosh, the Romford Ball Army. Akib Fiaz, I was just talking about you. You have done unbelievable tickets this Saturday in Sheffield. Fair play. We're going to have about 5,000 in Sheffield this Saturday, which for a next gen show, quality. Star is Born in Dalton Smith this Saturday. Don't miss it. Bam is a stud. Yes, Jesse Rodriguez, big star. Kell Brooks' next fight, I'm not sure, not with us, but I saw him the other day. Never say never. How much weight have you lost? You look in great shape. Well, thank you very much. No, seriously, I've done about 2.5 stone. Feeling good. That artwork behind you, so this was bought as a present for me. Obviously, Ali Liston with a little twist. Any announcements this week? Yes, there will 100% be announcements this week. Watch this space. Thurman, Danny Swift next. Who wants to see Thurman, Danny Swift? We've seen it already. Come on. Thurman against Conor Benn. Jesse Rodriguez in the live. September 17th. By the way, September 17th, one of the greatest nights of boxing. One of the greatest cards. Canelo Triple G 3. Jesse Rodriguez. Diego Pacheco. Amo Williams against Kieran Conway. Who's also fighting this Saturday, by the way. Del Boy, GQ, yes, thank you. Listen, the GQ photo shoot was interesting, we can't lie, but when in Rome. When can we see Joshua Buatsi out next? You're looking at November, big fight incoming, hopefully. Anything on Chantel Cameron? Yes, we are negotiating Chantel Cameron against Jessica McCaskill. That is the fight that I believe you will see next. Buatsi title shot soon. Watch this space. Have you and Coogan fallen out? I've never ever fallen out with Coogan in 10 years. In fact, we did an hour-long interview the other day. Check it out on IFL TV. I think it's already smashed in close to 200,000 views. Jose Zepeda. I believe the WBC have ordered Zepeda against Regis Prograis for the title. Good fight. Problem time on Saturday. Yes, Michael McKinson. Virgil Ortiz, massive fight this Saturday. Cater Taylor next opponent will be announced soon. How big are Callum Smith's chances in his next fight? Callum Smith is on the AJ Usyk card, final eliminator for the WBC world title. Great fight. And then, hopefully, straight in for the world title. 2-weight world champion. How did you lose 2 stone? Actually, it's a good question. This is for another time. Ice baths. If anyone's out there, watch my podcast with Wim Hof. I know I keep going on about it. I know some of you find it very boring. Ice baths. Unbelievable. And no booze either. Tommy Skinner, what's happening, mate? I'll see you in Sheffield. Signed Jamie Mitchell. Jamie Mitchell is signed with us. Thoughts on CBS performance? I thought it was a good fight. I watched it. Respect to Isaac Chamberlain as well. I think he had a broken orbital bone in the third. Great performance by Chris Billham-Smith. Very pleased with him. Thoughts on the Jake Paul v Hasim Rahman cancellation? Shannon Courtenay next fight will be in October. When is John Ryder fighting next? We are in discussions at a very early stage with Golden Boy for the Jaime Munguia fight. That is a fight that we would love, John Ryder would love. How can the EBU order Boatsy v Smith knowing that both fighters are taking different fights? They don't always know the schedule for other fighters, but obviously for now, for the EBU title, Callum Smith against Joshua Boatsy, very unlikely. Cordina v Stevenson, yes, Joe Cordina has a mandatory against Rakimov that we must take care of, and then we would love to go into the undisputed fight. Hearing Jake didn't sell enough tickets and pay-per-view buys, well, he wouldn't know about the pay-per-view buys, but tickets weren't going great, to be fair. But am I a Tim Tszyu fan? Yep, I think Tim Tszyu's a great fighter. Will Warrington be back out this winter? Yes, Warrington will be back out October, November. He has a mandatory, tough mandatory, and then I would like to make the Lee Wood unification. AJ prediction, round 7 knockout, that's what someone said. I will go, I like round 7. I'm going to go for round 7 knockout as well. Were you happy at the Lionesses yesterday? Unbelievable. I mean, did actually bring a tear to the eye, not afraid to say it. And I know there's a lot of you out there that it brought a tear to your eye. Don't be too proud to admit it. Amazing. How many dates are you thinking before the end of the year? Okay, August 6th, September 3rd, September 17th, September 24th. 12 dates from now till the end of the year, 12 shows, something like that. Will you make Ammo against Anthony Fowler? Ammo is fighting Kieran Conway in Vegas, but I do love the Ammo Williams Anthony Fowler fight, but Kieran Conway is right in that fight and there to win. Any boxer fighters on the AJ card? AJ has a slot for 258 on his card earlier in the night, and it's up to him who he puts on. I'm hearing it could be Ben Whittaker, but up to AJ. Thoughts on the KSI fight? KSI is a very, very bright individual. Maya Jama, are you going to get blonde highlights anytime soon? No, just the greys, unfortunately, Maya. Any thoughts on a potential rematch, McGregor against Mayweather? I don't like it. I was there live on the first one in the arena. Wasn't for me. Do you really want to see McGregor Mayweather too? James Smith, Alex's or Smith's? Good question. Smith's. Leo Kins says AJ hype is dying fast. Leo, you're talking about a guy who's a 2-time heavyweight world champion. He has beaten Dillian White, Vladimir Klitschko, Dominic Brazil, Alexander Povetkin, Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, plus loads more. And now he's fighting Usyk for the 2nd consecutive time. Show some respect, Leo. Thank you. Dream fight within the next year. AJ Fury. When's your next event in London? Conor Benn will be headlining October the 8th at the O2 Arena. KD, what's happening, mate? Ak, how you doing, mate? Don't worry, no exclusives here, only on the DAZN Boxing Show. Chev, how we doing? Any interest in taking over rugby league? No. No problem, James. Thank you, Steel City, for supporting the show. We're going to have a big crowd on Saturday. Yes, I will be in Sheffield this Saturday, Jamie Scott. Dave Allenby Babbage, maybe. Joseph Parker, how are you, mate? Fury Chisora rumoured for December. No, Derek Chisora has had an approach from someone to do the Tyson Fury fight in December. Unlikely, I believe, but Tom Farrelly. Leewood v Jazza Dickens rematch. There's a lot happening with Leewood. Obviously, the Leo Santa Cruz fight was ordered. We're appealing the 75-25 split, which I feel is unfair. He may have a unification. Leewood may fight in September and defend his title. And then if that's the case, and we can't get the other unification, we want to do Josh Warrington. Unification. Again, Josh Warrington next fight. Look out for October, November. Chris, Edwards v Martinez. We are currently in negotiations to make Julio Cesar Martinez against Sonny Edwards, WBC, IBF unification fight. Tremendous fight. Tremendous fight. Rick Ramos, how we doing? Spence or Crawford? I go for the Bud Crawford win. Eddie, will you work with Josh Kelly again? Josh is with Wasserman, cracking on. Spencer Walsh, my good buddy, what's your thoughts on monogrammed Gucci trousers? Well, Doan Seamus says Joshua is a bum. Well, Doon Seamus, actually you're about 9 looking at your photo, I won't go there. Rihanna, how you doing? Do you watch Fast and Furious? I've never watched one Fast and Furious film. Best pound for pound fighter in the world. Alexander Usyk. How's Triple G looking? He's in Big Bear, looking tremendous. A lot of people believe he could cause the upset here. Froch v Benn. Now listen, Carl Froch against Nigel Benn, one of the potential great matchups of all time. Numero Romanos, Joshua believes in Eddie, and I believe in Joshua. And I'm backing Anthony Joshua for the upset to become a 3-time world heavyweight champion by knocking out Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia in 2 weeks this Saturday. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano rematch likely. Loved that rematch, made a big offer to do that rematch at Croke Park. They didn't want to do it. She was supposed to fight this Saturday. Obviously, that's now fallen through. We'll have to see what happens. But she's not obviously coming down. I saw Jake saying he wants it at 126 or 130. 135 is the lowest she'll go. What's the update on Ebony Bridges? She will defend her world title in September. Next fight I'm going to this Saturday at Sheffield Arena, Dalton Smith for the British title. And big rematch, Sandy Ryan rematch this weekend. Must-win fight against Farias. CBS still a matchroom fighter? No, his contract was up with us. He did a 1-fight deal with Sky, which took place on Saturday, and we'll see what's next for him. Jordan Thompson fight this Saturday, cruiserweight. Yes, now listen. This Saturday, tune into DAZN. Jordan Thompson, cruiserweight division on fire. we've got the one, I think. The one coming through. Jordan Thompson, first title fight this Saturday in Sheffield. Don't miss it. When is the rest of the UK card announcement? I would say within the next week, we're looking to confirm virtually as much as the UK schedule as possible. Dodged a bullet with Ben Whittaker. No, listen. Ben Whittaker is a good fighter. You may not like him, but you'll watch him. Next Liverpool show. Good question. Looking at end of October, early November. Pro Nutrition. Paul, how you doing, mate? Good question, Mike Fitness. Thoughts on Aponte v Molina? This is a cracking fight for the Canelo Triple G card. Unbelievable card, September 17. Signed Jordan up on a long-term contract. He has a couple more fights with us yet, and we would love to. Do you love Paddy Pimblett? I think he's fantastic. What's my highest snooker break? Literally I don't know, less than 20. Ammo v Conway, great fight, September 17, Las Vegas. Rick Ramos, I'm shocked, super bad, went to top rank. No. Tank v Ryan, who will win? Have to go with Tank, but I'll give massive props to Ryan Garcia after his last performance. How much do you weigh, Eddie? 105 kg. Do you rate Molly McCann? Love Molly McCann. Are you any good at darts, Eddie? Actually, not really, but better than I am at snooker. Do I watch WWE? No. What a great business, by the way. But can we just take a minute to appreciate Logan Paul? Have you watched Logan Paul on WWE? Now, I'm not saying Logan Paul's a great fighter, but have you watched him on WWE? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Does Bam beat Inoue? So he's up at bantamweight. I'll tell you, but I think Bam is going to be potentially the best pound-for-pound fighter. Romford Ball taking over Sheffield. You know, the Romford Ball, around 1,000 tickets coming up from Romford to Sheffield this Saturday. The atmosphere is going to be double lively. Any plans to ever do Cheeseman v Fowler? Great fight. We'll have to see if Ted fights again. Do I have any thoughts on KSI v Alex Wasabi? No, but it's going to do great numbers on DAZN. Kalya fight, news soon. We'll be back. Kevin Agyarko next fight. We're looking to step him up, 154 pounds. One big fight before the end of the year, and then hopefully a homecoming in Belfast in 2023. Aaron, how does it feel to be the best promoter in the world? Thank you, Aaron. It's a nice message amongst some bad ones. Chisora v Andy Ruiz, like that fight. Thoughts on the whole Jake Paul show? Well, there is no Jake Paul show because that show is cancelled. A few questions about Gary Cully. Lerone Richards' agreement is up with us. We tried to get him, we offered him the Akhmedov fight for the Canelo Triple G fight, but he didn't want that fight. What's next for the Uzbeks? Well, you've got Akhmadaliev is injured at the moment. Hopefully he fights Fulton for the undisputed. Madrimov we're pushing to be mandatory now for Charlo. Giasov will fight end of October, November. Do you think Canelo can knock out Triple G? One thing I'm almost certain of is Canelo Triple G will not go 12 rounds. Conor Benn announcement very soon. Stand by. What hair dye do you use? Absolutely none. If I did, I would get rid of these greys if I had hair dye, but I do not. CBS mentioned you in his post-fight speech. Would you work with him again? Love Chris Billum-Smith. He's a free agent. He had to take that fight to headline in Bournemouth. Looked great. Would love to work with him again. How old are you? I am, it's going to surprise you, I'm 43 years old. Kid Galahad news. Great fight for Kid Galahad. Will be announced this week. When is Cordina next out, and is it Rakhimov? Yes, it will be Rakhimov, and it will be October. Get Galao a big fight. Funny you should say that. He was actually offered a big fight today, but we'll see. I'm not, at this present time, doing my Chris Eubank impression, no. What's happening, Kane? Are you going to work with Devin Haney again? Who knows what the future holds? Big fan, good friend. Am I wearing a wig? No. Anything on Craig Richards? Coming soon. Cyrus, what's happening? Get Canelo to the UK, we'll see. UV Dana White, don't know, he's a big guy. A lot of time for Dana White. Jack, stop it. Do I watch Prison Break? Never watch Prison Break. What have I watched lately? Not a lot, really. Boatsy news, as said earlier, in negotiations for a big fight. Parsons, what's happening, mate? Skyber Nick, fight day, Eddie, yes. Coming soon, Australia show. Don't worry, you have boxed 4 times in about 6 weeks, so just stay patient, please, thank you. HS Hack, what do you think of aging? Couldn't tell you, mate. If you had to pick someone on the cobbles in your corner, who are you picking? Give you 3. Carl Froch, Tony Bellew, and Dillian White. Am I going to the KSI fight? What day is it? August 27? No. Berger, hope to see you in Sheffield, mate. How far can Campbell Hatton go? He's learning. He's young. He'll be boxing this Saturday in Sheffield. Do you smoke weed? No, I do not smoke weed. Thoughts on Kieran Conway? Fighting this Saturday in a warm-up and then fights Amo Williams in a brilliant fight on the Canelo card. Next card in Los Angeles, actually this Saturday, well, we're co-promoting the Golden Boy, McKinson against Virgil Ortiz. Edwards v Martinez, as I said to you, in negotiation for that fight. Have you had Turkish dentures? No, I haven't. My favourite red wine. Opus. Hello, hello. See you in Jeddah. Sonny Edwards has got his pen at the ready. Sonny, I'm telling you now, Julio Cesar Martinez, game as a bagel. Eddie Reynoso, game as a bagel to fight you. It's going to be a great fight. Looking forward to the build-up. Rick Ramos, as you know, McCaskill Cameron, pending. We're all in on that fight. Hopefully we get it made ASAP. When are you coming to Ireland to fill Croke Park? When Amanda Serrano wants a rematch. That's the fight for Croke Park. What was your last bet? I don't really bet, to be honest with you. Maybe the Grand National? Babbage news pending. Liquor or gravy on the pies? Liquor. Chev, Jake Paul said any matchroom fighter under 10. Yes, Umar, see you in Jeddah. Do I play golf? Yes. My handicap is 14 and I don't play enough. Looked very David Brent in the GQ photos. Yes. Hearn v Ellaby breaks all pay-per-view records, 95-5 split for Eddie. I think that's very reasonable for Leonard. Benn or Eubank? We'll see. I'm not sure that fight gets made, but it is one of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing. You know the history. I believe Conor Benn can beat Chris Eubank Jr. N. Harrison is on the lunchtime booze. He says, Frank Warren runs the game. That's enough for you, lad. Where will Sandy go if she loses? Listen, I feel like there's too much emphasis on what, like a lot of questions in here has been, what happens if AJ loses? What happens, like you just said there, what happens if Sandy loses? Where does she go again? Why don't we focus on fair play for taking a rematch? Sandy Ryan, who is pretty much a novice in the pro game, steps up, fights Farias in Nottingham, loses a close fight, says, I want to go straight back into the rematch. It's never career defining at that stage in your career. And the same for AJ. You guys have got to start thinking about appreciating people who are doing what you want them to do. Not taking the easy route out. Do you know how many people said to me when AJ lost to Usyk, oh, he shouldn't fight Usyk. Bad start, blah, blah. And then everyone says, AJ should never have fought Usyk in the first place. He should have vacated his belt. What about paying credit to these people for taking the challenge? Come on, guys. Your mentality's all wrong. What if this happens? Ooh, if they lose, that's the end. What about if they win? What about if Sandy Ryan wins on Saturday? She could be fighting for a world title next. What if Anthony Joshua wins in a couple of weeks against Alexander Usyk? Could be fighting for the Undisputed Championship. Take the gamble, take the risk. Mindset, people, mindset. How do you see McKinson-Ortiz going? I think I give McKinson much more chance than some of the writers in America give him. It's a big, tough fight. I rate Ortiz highly, but McKinson is a big talent. Very awkward, very smart. Chev Clark needs to knock out the... Chev Clark, we'd love to fight Jake Paul, but realistically, doing our thing, we need to get active at least 2 more fights this year, probably 3, and then title fights going straight into 2023. Kevin Lorena, how you doing? So guys, don't forget this Saturday, live on DAZN, Next Gen in Sheffield. Dalton Smith, who I think is one of the most talented fighters in world boxing, a future British boxing superstar, goes for the British title. All Sheffield clash against Sam O'Mason, as we just heard there. Sandy Ryan rematches Farias. Jordan Thompson goes for his first title. Johnny Fisher, Hopi Price. Just reading these questions. And then over to Los Angeles. Campbell Hatton as well. Over to Los Angeles for Michael McKinson against Virgil Ortiz. Big night on DAZN. And stand by for some big announcements coming this week. And on that, why do Boxer have a space on the AJ card? They don't have a space on the AJ card. AJ has a space on the card for a 258 fighter. So it was going to be Sully Sissoko, but he's injured. So he can put on who he wants and no problem Yes, Cyrus, coming soon, mate. Fight date very, very soon. All our dates will be ready to go this week. The hard work is taking place in this office, on this desk, right now. And that is why I will love you and leave you. Wednesday, workout in Sheffield. Thursday, press conference in Sheffield. Friday, weigh-in, and hopefully a press conference as well to announce another fight for your entertainment. People, stay well, stay positive, stay smart. We'll catch you soon.